Okay, I'm the general evaluator, so we're gonna start first with Mr. Roger. He's gonna evaluate Aaron on his first speech.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. When I learned that I was going to be evaluating Aaron's speech, I was elated because I think Aaron is a bit of a poster boy for being a good Toastmaster. I mean, look at him. Handsome, athletic, young, and he's doing so well in Toastmasters. We can all do this. He's been a member just about 2 years. He's already served in 2 club offices. He's attained his competent communicator, his competent leader, his advanced leader bronze. But the best thing I like about evaluating Aaron is that he's a learner, and he's really trying hard to learn the most he can from the Toastmasters experience. This project would have been challenging for me because it involves using a dramatic talk and even including dialogue to give the speech. You did several things right. You had vivid imagery that was portrayed in your descriptions and in your dialogue too. You weren't afraid to use some words that are actually not very pleasant to hear. You had some good body movement in parts of your speech. You had very thoughtful content. This speech very much was one that's meaningful to us. It's something that's happening right now in our society that is a big question, and we have to deal with it. And you had a logical thought flow, which is important to me because when I'm listening to a speech, I like to have a good roadmap leading me through that speech. And you did that not by saying step 1, step 2, but just in the way you chose your words and led us through. I want to give 2 possibilities for improvement. Your manual asks the question about this speech. It was about the climax of the speech. It asked a question about the climax of the speech. And I wouldn't have thought of this on my own, but because the manual asked the question, I thought that maybe your climax came too early. I would consider the climax of the speech the death of the subject. What was her name? Phoebe. And there was a lot of your speech that came after Phoebe's death. I wonder if what you said after Phoebe's death came in the speech might have had more impact if you had said it before, leading up to that climax. I'm not sure about that, but that's just a thought. And the other thing I want to point out to you as possible improvement is your facial expressions and your vocal variety. While they weren't bad, they didn't seem to contribute to what you were trying to accomplish in the speech. In other words, your speech was of a very somber tone because of the nature of the subject, and yet your facial expressions and your vocal tone didn't seem to match that as well as it might have to me. All that said, I do want to point out one other area that I think you did exceptionally well, and I'm a strong advocate of this. Your word selection throughout the speech was outstanding. It evoked those images and descriptions so that we could picture these things in our mind, and that's one of the things that you want to do in a speech. So, good job on an advanced project, and keep up the good work.